I read somewhere he was running an anti-corruption campaign. Ghulam paid him off. I hear he's in Dubai now. He's living like a king. The law in this country, there's only food. What's up, Timmy? How we doing? Taliban? Most likely pro-Taliban Kuchi nomads. They are very brave to be fighting slowly in Kabul. All right. I thought Ghazni was as far as they had advanced. You know what? I'm doing pretty good for a Friday. So we're wrapping up this Casey Marie, and then I got a couple other things I got to do. Then I think, let me see something real quick here. Yeah, I have your Thanos on for today too. I don't blame you. Yeah. Well, the good part is, it's Friday, so hopefully you don't have to work tomorrow. Oh, that's beautiful. That's a blessing in disguise. Yeah, I'm looking forward to working on yours next. After I have these two, I have this one and a Dax from Predator Badlands. Once those are done, then I'm on to yours. But I have to stream until I get these things done, because if I don't, then I'm going to be a little stuck. Like when the pressure's on. So I'll probably be on here for about 2 hours. Get that done. Oh, no worries. No worries. I mean, the show will be on there, but like I said, I'm going to send you a picture of the piece so you'll know exactly what you're getting. Yeah, it'll be a fun one. Yeah, I'll try to do you justice, because Thanos is awesome. Are you Sheena? Do you speak English? English, Daddy. Good. I'm so sorry. Oh, by the way, how much time you got left at work? Do you know when he'll be back? No. I really would like to see him. Would you mind calling him for me? I'm sorry. Oh, she's got shoulder pads. That's what it is. Okay. Well, that's going to change things up a little bit. Oh, okay. You got a little bit of time in there. Okay. Well, hopefully it'll go by quick. I really do hope that the 3 hours goes by fast for you. So what do you do that makes you so lucky to be able to have time to jump on here? If you don't mind me asking.
Oh, I was asking, what do you get to do that allows you to be able to watch so many streams at work? Oh, sweet. Well, I hope it's hope the school treats you good. Well, that's a good thing. So you one of the administrators or one of the teachers there? Oh, that's perfect. Well, you can always say that you got a job that keeps you busy. That's a plus. Kids will probably keep you on your toes. Yeah. See, that kind of job, I can only imagine like the things that you see. Oh my gosh, you got high school kids. Oh my, God bless you. Oh, and see, you guys probably get it firsthand. Like the teachers, because they're stuck in their rooms, they don't get to see that. They just hear about it. All right. Well, you take care of yourself. And like I said, I'll send you over a picture of it once it's done. I have you on my schedule for today, so I should have it done by later this afternoon. Take care. And if I don't talk to you later, have yourself a great weekend and a blessed one. All right, let's see here. Yeah, so for anybody that's new on to the stream that's popped in, I'm working on this Casey Marie. She is one of the characters from, I guess, the Last Ronin. I'll be honest with you, I have not read it, so I'm not familiar with it. But I am giving my rendition of this character. I think it's coming out pretty good. The first 2 shots that I had at it, I did not like it, so I had to like get rid of my design and start from scratch. That's okay. We start, we fix, and then we make better. Today's going to be a good day. I'm trying to get through some of this, through some of the cards. I didn't know if I was really going to enjoy doing this as much as I have, but it has been a good adventure. Gotten a chance to see a lot of things and been exposed to a lot of things that I didn't even know about, you know, like even like this character. Find out people have some very interesting characters that they favor towards. I think that's really cool. And it's not, some of the characters that I've had a chance to work with are not your typical characters, which I really think that's cool. There was one time when I was, you know, working in doing Free Comic Book Day. And because comics have been so prolific over this last, I would say, last 15 years, thanks to, you know, not just Marvel, but also DC doing a lot of exposure to their characters, it's definitely opened up a lot more people to, you know, get involved, understand the lore of these characters, understand the depths of these characters, and made more fans. And additionally, it's also exposed people to a lot more characters. Which I think is really neat. I think one day when I get a chance, I'm going to sit back. I'm going to start reading through some of my books that I have that I haven't touched for years, just to kind of see where things went. Because I think the last story that I read all the way was The Blackest Night, and the only reason I read it was because one of my good friends, he had gotten into comics, and he was like, "You need to read this. This is great." He gave me the brief synopsis of it, and was like, "There's this guy. He's taken out all of the known characters in the DC universe, and just basically taking over everything. And then this is to reset the DC universe. So it goes from Blackest Night to Darkest Hour, or Brightest Hour. So that's where the New 52 came into play. So it's a cool adventure to watch because it started during a Free Comic Book Day. I literally was at Free Comic Book Day, and they're like giving away the first chapter to this whole thing. So for you to know how it started, you would have had to be at Free Comic Book Day, get the first book, and read it. So that was really cool to see that happen. For them to start a chapter right there on Free Comic Book Day. That was the start. That was my last time really, like I said, reading a series. I didn't do it after that, really. I would find different things to read. I'm a big Humberto Ramos fan, and that one took a while. Humberto Ramos grew on me. I'll give you that little story here in just a second. But his stuff I watch because I like his art style. He's a great visual storyteller, not just emotionally, but in his actions. He makes every bit of what he does count. So that guy, like Scotty Young, again, another one of those artists that can storytell just from one image. So I will buy all of his stuff because he's just, as of right now, like he's in a groove where he just is killing it. So I'm going to give you my little story on Humberto Ramos because it took me a long time to get used to his style. So back in, I would say back in the 2000s, early 2000s, Gen 13 came out. Might have been late 90s. But anyway, Gen 13 came out. And Gen 13 was one of the first books that was an offshoot from the main creator, be that Jim Lee. So Jim Lee was the main guy for a company called Wildstorm. And that company was a producer of just like phenomenal art talent. And when I say art talent, we're talking in that house, they had him, they had Willis Portillo and a few others. But J. Scott Campbell was like the guy that started everything. Like he's the one that really jumped out on the scene, did like super uber detail, was really young, and just was like changing the game of how things were being done, right? So after he had this nice good run on Gen 13, he left and an artist by the name of Humberto Ramos took over his spot. And I think it was like issue 20 something. Because Campbell decided he wanted to go off and do something else. He like most artists, they get bored and they want to do something new. So Humberto Ramos comes onto the scene. He takes over the book. Now, Humberto Ramos did have great energy in all the work that he did. Like the covers were really dope. The character designs were really cool. He was very consistent throughout whenever he designed. So he definitely brought a new flair to what he was drawing. But the problem is because I was a kid and I didn't understand how things were going. I was used to Campbell's work and I was used to his designs and everything. So when he came on the scene, I was like, what the hell is this? Why am I seeing all these characters with these big, huge feet? That was one of the big things I also didn't like about it because everybody had, these very thin torsos and massively huge feet. So I just didn't like the design when I first saw him. However, what I didn't realize is that he was really in the beginning stages of his, comic journey. And that's good because you're going to morph and you're going to get better and you're going to, really show your true self over time. So it's actually kind of cool to watch this change. So he went on. I stopped collecting Gen 13 because of that. Even though he was still, doing some good stories, every so often I pick up a book and I'm like, I really like this, but he's this weird feet and this designs I'm not a fan of. So again, I ended up stopping that book and I moved on. Then push it forward early 2000s. I get this. I don't know if I was looking at Wizard or I was looking at something else. I think it was Wizard because it was the cover. So in the cover, it has three characters. It has this guy named Garrison from Battle Chasers. It has, I can't remember the name of the girl from Danger Girl. So the main character from Danger Girl was on there, kind of like a Charlie Angels kind of style. And then it had Crimson. So those were the three main characters. So think of like Image, but this was a company that was adjacent to them. So they were their own side group. They were called Cliffhanger Comics. So it was J. Scott Campbell, all right, the guy that I originally liked on Gen 13, Joe Madureira, who was like the star of X-Men, and then you had Humberto Ramos, who did Crimson. So each one of them had their own books, and each one of them was doing something a little different. Now, here's the thing. I followed all three of them. I collected only two of them. So I collected Joe Madureira's book, Battle Chasers, because I liked the anime-ish style that he did. Unfortunately, his book wasn't consistent. During the course of like 3 years, I think he produced 9 books. Don't get me wrong. Every book was like a banger. But in 3 years, I only got 9 books. Actually, let me take that back. I got 10 because he did do a book 0. So over that time, we got that. And then also while that was being produced, we had Danger Girl, which was the Charlie's Angels-ish kind of book. And during that time, Campbell, I think over like 2 years, he might have produced 6 books. And again, all 6 books were solid. They were beautiful books. But the one person in the group that was a monthly producer was Humberto Ramos. So he was able to make a series, I think it was like 24 or 30 something books that were a start to finish collection of a story, which is awesome because he did something his other partners didn't do. Granted, those other 2 were off doing other things. They had other projects that were kind of like sidelining them, but he was the one guy out of the group that was doing what he really loved to do, which was drawing comics. And to this day, he still is one of the most prolific people in the industry. Like when he gets on a title, it changes things up. So Humberto Ramos, got his feet wet doing that book, and he was super consistent with that. Had good sales, great story, great characters. The designs got better over time. Like he refined a lot of his work from where it really started. And then he was given a shot to work on Spectacular Spider-Man. And that's where things really started to, change, because Spectacular Spider-Man really wasn't a great book. It wasn't a huge selling book. It was one of the books in the 90s that was created to be another Spider-Man title. But it was more like I don't know if it was not the best-selling Spider-Man book, but that's what it was. So when he came on, he really brought his energy that he came off of from Crimson and brought that to the forefront when he was creating those books. And every book was beautiful. Every book had like movement in it. None of it was stagnant. The one thing I could say about Humberto Ramos is that he has a lot of energy in everything that he does. You can pull any panel and every one of them has energy. And that's one of his best, traits when he's drawing. So moving that forward, he's just become one of the guys that I really like watching. Spectacular Spider-Man was really his push. And then he got Amazing Spider-Man. He's done, what else? He's currently now working on Fantastic Four. He did an X-Men series as well. But every one of those is just like primo. Every one is just great. So he definitely is one of those people that I follow. And I follow him more for his art. I love his art. I got hooked on to Alex Ross, who is known for his painting. He's a fine artist. And when he produces stuff, it's super duper clean. It's very well thought of. The perspectives, the composition are just, you can't really top what he does. His style is so different, so unique. You can't really beat it. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to find my colors so I can get things moving forward. So Alex Ross is another one of those people. So if you ever read a book called Kingdom Come, you'll see what he does. Like Kingdom Come is like one of his best books that he ever did, next to like Marbles. Dude, it's so much fun to watch. I've read Kingdom Come probably like 3 or 4 times, but I get stuck sometimes looking at it because every page, every panel is a piece of art. You could literally cut every panel out of that book and you can make some type of artwork out of it. Like you could put it on a wall somewhere. Everything is that good. All right, so she's ready to rock. Looking good. Give her a little bit of shadow on this side because the light's coming in from the right. But yeah, Alex Ross is again one of those people. Like I look at the work more so than I actually read the work, but I read his stuff too. Injustice is one of the books that he did, and oh my god, the covers for Injustice are just chef's kiss. You know, a funny story. Like I said something about the Humberto Ramos run, and I should have looked back at this because I didn't realize this until way after the fact. So I used to collect Spawn. Actually, let me take it back. I still do collect Spawn. So when I was really first into Spawn, when they were doing their first run, right? I believe Todd McFarlane said that he was going to do like 50 books before he like hung up the drawing, like consistent monthly drawing. So Todd McFarlane thought very far ahead and was like, "Hey, look, I gotta think forward and figure out what's going to be the plan after I am done doing Spawn, because Spawn is still going to go on, but I will probably not be running the ship." He decided to hire on a guy. The guy's name was one and only Greg Capullo. People know Greg Capullo now for his run on Batman, his Creech series, and multiple other books. Right. However, when Greg Capullo was first starting out, he really was not like uber great. He was okay at best. You could see the deficiencies in his work because he was very young. He didn't really have a grasp on his style. So if you ever want to see somebody do some growth, this is a guy to watch. I would probably say more so than most of the other artists that you see now, because a lot of artists jump from book to book. So Greg Capullo did Spawn, I believe, from book like 32 on to like book 100. My memory serves me right. So we're talking multiple, multiple books, right? So when he gets on a project, he doesn't like spend a little bit. He stays with that for a while because he's trying to build himself some momentum and build consistency. So so Greg Capullo gets on book. I think I saw him on book 32. I think that was the one that I saw. Let me actually just be specific on this, just in case anybody's looking to go back and take a look at these books. Let me see if it's 31. No, that's definitely not it. So it's 25. Okay, so now we're getting into it. Okay, let me see if Spawn covers. We'll do it that way. That way I can kind of see what's going on. Okay, that's better. Now I can kind of see what I'm looking at. All right, so Greg Capullo jumped in and he helped out in Spawn number 16. That was where he made his first stop with Spawn. So he did 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. So he did all of those books. I can't remember what was holding Todd off, but something to stop him. Then Todd McFarlane comes back on 21, and he does that all the way until book number 24. That's when Todd stops. Okay. Then Greg Capullo starts his run on book 26. So when you first see him jump on the books back on book 16, you can see like he's over rendering stuff in his books, which usually happens when you're first starting out. Because you think that a lot of line work is going to kill it. For some artists that works because that's just their styling. If you look at like Stephen Platt, he very much is one of those guys that's really good on line work and it just works. However, as you watch Greg Capullo really get his foot in and start working with Todd a lot more, he starts changing his style. He's able to clean things up and still maintain that massive amount of detail that he does. So now he uses the detail to his benefit. He's able to increase the types of shadows that he uses to give more atmosphere to what he's working on. So in book 26, there's a distinct difference between what he draws from book 16. So we're talking 10 books later. When he really makes his massive turn, when he really puts the work in, if you go 6 books later to book number 32, so from 26 to 32, they change the look of Spawn. And Greg Capullo is the person pushing that design, running that design. And that's when we see Greg Capullo start to become the man that he is now. Like his ability to create great things really come to life at that point. Like he is on a tear. Every cover that you see, and I use this word a lot, has energy, tells a story. Every cover. When you open up the pages of the book, you're literally walking through the ideas and thoughts and feelings that make up the book. It is you so just breathtaking. But it's awesome to watch somebody grow as much as he did. He was just watching him go from that Spawn series where he started. You know, we're talking like almost 80 books that this man did, you know, during the course of his beginning, the real beginnings of his career. He stayed on that book that long. And he was able to storytell for Todd McFarlane for that long and be super consistent as well, which is not easy to do. There's something to be said when you have people that stay on for a long period of time, because then they just have a rhythm. You don't even have to tell them much. You just give them the basic pieces and they're like, okay, I'm going. Let me go and do what I got to do. You know, during that time, Greg Capullo did work on some projects that he wanted and he got married and all this kind of good stuff, but he never lost a step. Like you felt it when he wasn't there. You knew that things were a little different, a little off when his work wasn't in place. Because he had great design. He had great feeling for the things that he was creating. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this band that she's got around her. Yeah, that's in here too. So those are some things like when I look back at artists, and some other people might, you know, jump on here and be like, well, he's not the only one. And I'm sure there's other people that have stayed on titles, but I don't think there's a lot of people nowadays that you can say that have been on titles for 30 to 40 books. You know, most people want to move on, whether it be for pay or whether it just be because they're bored doing what they're doing. But one thing I will say about Greg Capullo is when he gets on a project, he stays on it for a while. When he did his Batman run, I think Batman he did for, it was him and Zack Snyder, or sorry, him and Scott Snyder. Is that his name? I could, but it's a Snyder. But anyway, those two were like magic, right? So they're the ones that did the Court of Owls and stuff of that nature. Made those books that were really epic. But that took them really working together, kind of feeling what they both were good at, and use that to their strengths to create, you know, magic. And nobody can ever say to them that those books were not great because they were. They were incredible. You know, they have the Greg Capullo can always go back and look in his library and be like, yeah, I definitely did bring some heat to that. You know, he definitely brought something different to the DC universe as well. You know, I don't think anybody really saw what they were going to get, other than the people that hired him on. Like when you know Jim Lee is probably pitching it to him and saying, "Hey, look, this is what we have an idea for. We want you to run it." He knew what he was about to pull off, but the people that were paying him probably had no idea. Like they got more than their money's worth out of him. And also the other great part about it is that Greg Capullo was able to establish himself as a long time great creator. He was able to, you know, start setting up his projects the way he wanted it to, and having the creative teams that he needed to help facilitate what he was looking to do. He set himself up really, really good. And it was about creating projects, creating designs, creating things that, you know, would be long lasting. He definitely did that. There's so many iconic covers that he has done, so many iconic pieces of art that he's done, that people can't really not enjoy the work that he does. He was able to actually reduce the amount of line work that he puts into his work. So he kind of simplified his style as he went along too. So that's one of those things where you're able to refine and make yourself better. But it's crazy to see that, you know, even though he reduced that line art, he still was able to create beautiful work. It's not a purple, it's a blue purple. Sorry about this. I just gotta find my purple. I'm gonna have to make one. I don't really want to do that. But yeah, he's one of those people that definitely brought something different to the landscape. I mean, hell, even if you look at like Todd McFarlane, you can see where he changed. You can see where there's another one that made a shift. Campbell did the same thing. Campbell used to be uber detailed. J. Scott Campbell. Like his styling was like super duper detailed. Scotty Young, same thing. Like his stuff used to be like super gritty, and now it's more of this comical, mad magazine styling that he's really kind of embraced and is known for. The one thing I tell people when they're doing stuff, don't be afraid of the change. It's going to happen. You're going to get better, and then you're going to find your pocket, and you're just going to run that guy, not into the ground, but to a better level. And that's where your style comes into place. You'll find that pocket, and then people will know, be like, hey, that's a Marcus G piece, or that's a Jim Lee piece, or that's Eric Larson, or something like that. You know, the one thing I will say, don't get me wrong, I love the fact that we have a lot of comics and stuff of that nature, but I feel like at the same time, having all these comics kind of hurts the industry. I felt like at a point comics were like you had to be an elite person in order to be able to get that position, to be in that crowd. Like you had to work hard. And now I feel like there's so much stuff out there that it's almost diluted the special of being in the comic book industry. I don't that being said, I don't, knock on anybody that's in the industry right now because I have not had that option to be in there. I have not I've not been given that opportunity to work in, mainstream comics. So I don't know what that feeling's like. But, to those that are doing it, I can only imagine that, they love it. They enjoy it. But I feel like it's not as exclusive as it used to be. I mean, it gives us the ability to have more, independent comics, which is cool. That's helpful. So we get a lot more indie stuff. Okay, so she's got some bandages on her hands, which I gotta fix. I wasn't paying attention to that, so we'll definitely get those bandages on there. Okay, like that. There we go. I think that's gonna cut it. She looks good. I don't want to over render this one. Again, it is kind of small, so I don't want to mess it up. I think she looks good. I'll post that one. Just got to get a good picture of her. There we go. Get one up. Perfect. That way I can just crop it. All right, that's cool. Perfect. Done. Love it. All right, so that one is Dunzo. So that's one of three. That's perfect. I might put, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. Grab my red. Hopefully, my red. I think I'm going to just pop the red behind here. Because I feel like that's needed. I think Fridays are like my slowest days. I'm going to have to, as much as I like my Friday, I'm just going to have to limit it. Figure out if I'm going to keep my Friday day and or swap it with another one. We'll see. Just depends on how much traffic I get in here because I do like talking to people. So I'd rather it be on a day where I can talk to more people. Oh, that red was a good call. Put a little more ink in here and we're good to go. And then I'm going to turn on Homeland and we're going to listen to that while I get some work done. I don't know if anybody's as stoked as my family is, but we just saw the announcement that Bruno Mars has got his new album done. He just dropped his first single, like his first single for his new album. He did that today, and that thing is just awesome. You know, I'm not a Bruno Mars fan. I am definitely am. He's on my bucket list, and I told my wife, I said he comes out with another concert, we're going. And as much as I do not like stadium concerts, I'm going to it. As long as I can find tickets for a reasonable amount. That's the only problem with a concert, with a stadium. One, you either don't find a seat that's reasonable. Two, you find a seat that's reasonable, but you can't see anything. Mm-hmm. Or you find a ticket and it's just insane. I am definitely wanting to go see him, so I'm going to do what I can to make that happen. It'll be the first concert, if we do it, be the first concert that my entire family gets to go to. Because usually our concerts, it's one or a couple people that get to go. But this will be our first time where a multitude of, like, all of our main family gets to go. And I'm looking forward to that. There's not a person in our family that does not enjoy Bruno Mars's content. So that'll be fun. All right, so Marie Jones is done. Casey Marie Jones is done. All right, so let me go in here. I'm going to turn on my stuff so I can listen to this and do this. And let's see, who do we got? We got Dax.
Who did? The Taliban. Because of you. Because of the CIA. No, that's not possible. They say this is what happens to a traitor for the Americans. They pulled him from the house, ropes on his hands, feet, tied him to a truck, dragged him through the streets. I'm so sorry. Don't speak to my son. You have to believe me. I never told anyone about the meetings with Russia. Not even the people I work for. Nobody. Is it possible he had another American contact? Only you. When did this happen? 5 months ago. I wasn't even in Afghanistan. I was in prison. I never told anyone his name. Please believe me. I'm so sorry. You should go now. Get out of my house.
Okay, so we're going to do Okay. All right, so let's get Dax going here. Okay. Hey, Scott. How we doing? Working on this good old Predator. So you have to pull like lines, like long lines. I got to pull them. I can't do that way, so I have to pull them towards me.
I don't know. I thought I could fix the switch box. It's not working. I swear. Fuck this, man. It's gonna be light in an hour. You're gonna have to wrap it up. Hey, bro. I'll find my own way back. Come on. We're going. I'm not leaving until I'm done. Just pick up your fucking bag and walk. We don't have a functional listening device on 14 miles of the Pakistani border. We're in negotiation with the Taliban in Doha. Our people don't know if they are having a real conversation or if it's just bullshit designed to get us to release 1,000 Taliban fighters from prison. Hassan Haqqani is down there somewhere. He's the one calling the shots in a hideout in Pakistan that we can't find on a phone that we can't tap. It's the guy that's fought 36 of our people in Islamabad. I watched him do it. Over there. At the embassy.
Love the design of this character. This movie was so good. So good. I mean, a predator with dreads and a ponytail. Like that, the whole idea of that is just very unique.
It's not that you went out, it's that you went out without informing anyone. Mike, and don't give me any bullshit about source protection or better to ask forgiveness than permission. I don't need anybody's permission. I'm here on behalf of the national security. God damn it, Carrie. There are 3 teams out there right now risking their lives to find you. Well, I didn't ask for that either. Well, for your sake, I hope it was worth it. Was that mentioned that GRU contacted the area. Who? Well, he wasn't naming names, was he? Okay. Okay.
All right, so I gotta get these.
You look tired. You should get some rest. Big day tomorrow.
I don't like the look of that mouse. Okay. All right. So he's got all of his pulled back. I don't really like that look. I need more energy in this. Excuse me for 1 minute, guys. I gotta go check one thing, and then I'll be right back. Actually, let me do 2 things. I'm back. Here we go. All right. So I've never done a predator with his jaw all the way open. This is gonna be a first. The last predator that I did, his mouth was covered.
Where the fuck are they? Nice motherfuckers. Fuck this place. You ready? No? Let's move. Everybody okay? Graceful second attack. Viper 02, troops in contact. I say it again.
Let's see what we got for Dax.
A negative. We need close air support. I repeat, close air support. What the fuck is that? What happened? What happened? Shit. What? Water. Did the fucker hit me? It's water. Piss. Leg blood. Did the motherfucker hit me? Hey, no. Down from South Ridge. Where else? In broad daylight? Nobody got hit? Oh, Pat got hit. With my fucking water up. Pissed yourself? No, my actual water bag. He fucking pissed himself. No, I didn't. One casualty. Water transport apparatus. Cam guy, he's like a lucky fucking charm. Cam guy. You're like a frosted lucky charm, man. You alright? Look at his face. He's still freaked out. You good, pal? It's working.
Anyway, it jumps on. Just so you know, we're working on this Dax from Predator Borderlands. Just trying to kind of figure out what I'm going to do, like pose wise, but I'm definitely got the face ready to rock and roll. Want to kind of get the rest of his head shaped up right. Dax has got a very interesting look for. He's got a very interesting look. Or Deck. I'm sorry, it's not Dax. I keep on saying Dax. It's Deck.
You know you're not going in there with me, right? I'm sure you're smart enough to realize the Vice President's son opening up with some female in the room he's never met before.
Okay. I love the look of this character. I thought the movie was fantastic. I think they went a little off the rails towards the end, but other than that, there's one scene that was weird.
You can't leave me here. You can't leave me here.
Okay, and again, like I said, I got to pull this, so we're going to pull this guy this way.
Did they tell you you failed or what? Deception indicated. My memory doesn't distinguish between what was and what wasn't. You get that, right? I want you to know I'm in charge. Elizabeth, and I will never agree to their release. Your old friend, Abdul Qadir Khulam, just fired a broadside into the beast over. Yeah, I saw that. I need him to publicly walk back his comments about the POWs. Here because I need carrying Kabul for a week or two. We're making progress here. Put her in a war zone. We could be back to square one. It's an important mission. Okay with the setback. We may be dealing with a compromised officer here. Is Russia here? They killed him. The Taliban. Because of you. Is it possible he had another American contact? Only you. I wasn't even in Afghanistan. I was in prison. Petrosky's doing hardware maintenance. We're going to provide support so he can repair or replace. We don't have a functional missile device. Our people don't know if they are having real.
You know what? I could always do him with the, instead of having the blade, I could always do the bow and arrow.
The Vice President is completing another meeting. He will be ready in a moment.
Something once before. I can't let that happen again. American prisoner of war has been turned.
Okay, so I can do that with the bow.
You're a traitor and terrorist. And now it's time to get back.
I think that's what I'm doing. Do that with the bow. That way I can get a little bit more action out of it.
Remember what? We may be dealing with a compromised officer here. Relationship of Taliban. It's complicated. I lost 7 months of my life. Russian war. It's a strategy. And you only come to focus on an investigation that will define the rest of your life. And not every problem in the Middle East deserves a military solution. Because this whole country runs Hey, what's going on? Nothing. Vice President can see you now. Gary Madison. General. 4 years since you left everything crazier than ever here. Please. Tell me about the Russians. The ones who were just here who you paraded in front of me. Businessmen. No, Abdul. They were not businessmen. They were intelligence officers. GRU. If you say so. I do. Well, maybe you are right. Maybe they are worried that this peace you think you are negotiating, they're shit. Like in Syria. Maybe they think that shit moves across the border into Tajikistan and Uzbekistan, maybe all the way to Moscow. That's what they think, or that's what you're telling me? That's what will happen if the Americans leave. I know my soul sent you here to convince me to release 1,000 Taliban prisoners into my streets so that he can have his agreement. Well, quiet. Convince me. General, those people you're talking about are prisoners of war. They are terrorists. When the war ends, they'll have to be released. You know that. The peace is happening. Even so, doesn't believe this. He does. That's why he brought me here, to make sure you understand. And to make sure you understand we need unity now about everything. We're partners. Are we? You know we are. And we have been for years, not just our countries, you and I. Someone leaked you information from the peace talks. You used that information to undermine our position on the peace. Also, your government's position. Which you said on TV that you would never release the prisoners. You have to walk it back. Really? Yes. For what? For what? Tell me, partner. The Gary Madison I knew would never come in here making demands. Not without a gift or a gun to the head. What happened to you? Transform. Parse. Translate. Next. Search. Keywords. Peace talks. Doha. Haqqani.
See, sometimes you just got to work things out. I'm getting there. Because I haven't drawn this character before, it makes things a little bit more interesting. I got to try a lot harder. I'm trying to find my rhythm. with this character. Because it's not like he's got a humanoid form, but he's not human.
Gary, how'd it go? Not well. But you saw him. Yeah. You know who else I saw? Talking to our vice president friend right before me? Evgeny fucking Bromov. Evgeny? Sure. Am I sure? I mean, you've seen with your own eyes. I just said he was talking to Gulam right before me. He came out of the office with his GRU friends. Yeah, I'm sure. He walked right by. Did you know he was here? Of course not. I want to roll him up. So? You can't. The fuck I can't. I want to strap him to a chair. John, you can't touch him. You can't touch anybody. Everything that happens in Russia, it's all off limits. Part of the deal. What deal? The other guy's released. It's the only way to get you home, okay? Gary, listen to me. Forget Evgeny. What I need you to do now is get Gulam on our side. Fine. Gary. I said fine. I'm on it. Sir. Sir? Yeah, what is it? Max Piotrowski picked up an intercept at the command outpost. He says it's a con. Got a secure call from the streets. What do you got, Max? Just machine guard guys last night. Went by just after dawn. Picked up all these calls today? Yeah, well, the machine gun. 600 conversations in 7 hours. Mostly when people were out for lunch. None of this came in. Play 537. What are we listening to? You should have transcripts. You sure this is Akani? Pretty much. We have voice samples going back 3 decades to when he was training with the 82nd Airborne. Who's the other guy? No voice match on him. You don't know. Another Taliban commander, obviously. They're talking about the raid on Song in Russia. Which his son led. Jalal. You think that's who it is? Who else could get away with talking to a cunning like this? Well done, Max. Sure. Really, keep us posted. See you later, Max. It's Max. Hey. Hey. Okay, so, Max, look, I really don't like people touching me. Fuck, man. How do I find out where this came from? We don't want the war to stop. We're winning. That's the song. Cunning. We're telling ourselves that for 18 years. If we're winning, we're winning. But we never do. I don't want you to be having the same conversation in another 18 years. That's the Taliban talking right there in black and white. Saying enough of war. We've been saying peace is possible like a mantra. But now we have this. And we know it may actually be possible. Ghani's not an obstacle. He's ready. I need a big Pakistan to bring to the table. Come on us all if we approach it with Guantanamo prisoners we got released to keep the Taliban delegation from leaving. One of them was a Ghani's cousin, right? Second cousin.
How's it going?
Not arriving tonight. What's this?
Hope you're having a great day today.
Man blown to bits, his wife watches it happen, newlyweds, it was all over the local news. Wife's name was Samira Nouri. She was part of a corruption probe launched by our government. The investigation took this turn toward our good friend, well, at which point everyone working on it was fired, the auditors literally disappeared. No one would say what happened, except Samira. She calls out Gulam publicly, demands the probe be reopened. A few days later, her husband dies. Yeah, but the bomb was almost certainly meant for her. How'd you get onto her anyway? Anonymous tip. Waiting for me when I got back from my meeting with Gulam. Well, that's convenient. Gulam's got a million enemies. They couldn't make one of them in his office even. You said it. I need leverage on Gulam. That's what Saul brought me here to find. And right now I've got nothing. Gulam basically laughed me out of his office this morning, which is why I wanted to stand up an operation. Shit. For your approval. Samira hasn't managed to find a job since her husband died. She's looking, though. Her resume's online at 3 recruiting sites here in Kabul. The idea is to bring her in for a job. Not here, obviously. So you want to talk to her? No, I want someone else to. And while they're doing that, I want to take a look through her apartment. She's a fighter. She lost her husband. My bet is there'll be something there. Let Jenna Bragg run the interview. She set up a phony NGO that would work perfectly for this.
Okay.
Or something. Didn't you say she was stuck in the starting gate? So now she gets out. Win-win.
Hey, Brooke, how you doing? Thanks for passing through. Yeah, just working on this on a deck character from the last Predator movie. Sweet.
This it? The Saba project? Means the future in Pashto. I set it up a while ago. Never used it. You know not to push it, right? You're not looking for intel. You're just filling for time. Making small talk. I know. Did Mike say I was a fuck up or something? No, actually, he asked me to bring you on board. Oh, so you're the one with the reservations? No, not really. Should I be? It's her. She's available for an interview tomorrow. So? If you want someone who's glad to finally be doing something, I think you could do a lot worse than me. All right, make it afternoon. You don't want to look too eager. Say you can squeeze her in at 2:15. You see?
All right, that's looking great. Love it. Okay.
As we promised. Whereas we also promised you and the others will stay until a final settlement is reached in the peace talks. But I have a proposition for you alone. spy. I'm not asking you to. All I want is for you to take a message to someone you know. I saw her coming. No. It's a letter. I promise you will want to receive. Then what? Then you're free. That's her.
Where is the reference? Deck has got a very unique look to him. He doesn't have a lot of the armor that other Predators have. So I just gotta make sure that all that stuff is maintained when I'm doing it.
You're on. She's on her way. Just got in the cab. She'll be there in 10 minutes.
Let's see.
I'm ready. Good.
He has the same gauntlet on both arms. Accuracy is one of those main things I'm trying to get.
Starting outside. Bedroom.
That's much
kitchen.
better.
I'll start here.
Okay, so he does have a different gauntlet on the other arm. Another 20 minutes I can do this. So I'll definitely make sure it's worth my time. This is the perfect one. That works. It's actually really good because now I can see all of him. All right, so this, let's go here.
So, what's the office? Absolutely. Good. Smear? Yes. Olivia Hahn. Peter Brand from the Foundation. You'll get to know if this works out. It's where we get on. Please. Can I get you anything? Tea? No, thank you. So, tell me about yourself. Nothing here. Bedroom's clean. I was starting to think the whole place is. No, there's something here, I'm sure. months when her mom killed her cousin. She go running back to her village? No. She stayed here despite the danger of living as a single woman in Kabul, a place where that is just not done. It's not someone giving out. That's biding her time. She barely wears a headscarf. What she's doing is one of these. Okay, then this last one with the government accounting office. Yes, through 2017. I know it has been a couple of years. I didn't mean. I just had some family issues after that job. But I'm ready now to work again. Good. Very ready. Good. So how was it working for the government? This audit? I just mean you knew these things can get tricky. It went fine. I have a reference there they will confirm. Why did you call it an audit? You know, I'm not sure. It says here cost accounting. I must have read it somewhere else. Maybe in the listing you have online. I don't think this is going to work out. You know what? I think it was one of your references. Who are you? Who am I? I didn't mean to offend you. Give me that. Fuck. We got a problem. What's that? Samira, she's coming your way. Can't let her leave. Are you fucking kidding? No, I'm not. She took my picture. You've got to stop her. Did you clear this point? There's no time. Did you hear me? She took my goddamn picture. It'll be all over Kabul. Don't let her leave.
Yeah, he barely even has like the spots and stuff like the others do. Very different.
We'll know if you do. His Excellency, seems like a lifetime since you and I met in the mountains of Suffolk Cove. Then we fought on the same side. Now we fight as enemies, using every weapon we have. Drone, suicide bomber, kill and maim families. Children. We're like two men. Hands around each other's throats, unable to let go. Spilling each other's blood and treasure. For 18 years. No one can win such a war. I've come to believe this. I think in your heart you believe it too. So I invite you to come talk to me. Face to face. Because you and I know that it's only the men with guns who can make peace. No satellites, no backup. You have my word. I can wait 3 days. No more. It's time to stop sending our young men to die. Come and talk.
What have you done? It was me. I lost control of the interview. Samira panicked, took a photo of me, and tried to run. So you put a hood on her? Like she's gonna talk now. We've traumatized her all over again.
Fine, let her go.
Come with me. Bring her some water. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm taking the hood off. I'm so sorry. This was a mistake. Okay, untie her. My name's Carrie. I work for the CIA. I found this in your apartment. Sewn into the headband of burqa, hanging in your closet. You broke into my home? I did. And I saw what was on this. Personnel files for a battalion of the Afghan National Army. Files from the audit that you kept. I know you were working on an anti-corruption probe for your government. I know it was shut down when appointed at General Ghulam. You were fired. And your husband was killed by a bomb that was probably meant for you. But I don't think you gave up. You kept this because you know it can sink Ghulam. What do you want? Your help. Tell me what these mean, and we can do
Yes.
this.
All right, we got him.
We can bring him down.
All right, so all this is done. So what I want to do is I'm going to make an outline.
Your government and mine are trying to secure peace with the Taliban, a binding deal to end the war in your country. General Ghulam is standing in the way of that. With this, he'll have to back down. So you want to arrest him? If he does what you want, you'll bury this. For now. Because you need him on your side. Yes. The man who killed my husband. Who do you think you are? You offer me a job that doesn't exist. Kidnap me, terrorize me, make me think I'm going to die. Did you say I'm so sorry? It was
What's up, Kobykins?
for your own good.
Hope you're having a great start to the weekend.
You know how you could help me? You know how you could help us, you Americans? Go. Get out of our country. Stop helping. Leave us alone. I've waited 2 years to get home. I can wait another 2. I can wait 20. You're right about us. Our mistakes.
So I'm working hard to get this guy done because I want to jump into the Thanos piece. But, you know, again, I want to make this one good because this is the first time I've actually drawn this character.
If we leave Afghanistan, you won't get him either. The only thing that will weaken him is peace. Maybe that won't get justice for you and your husband, but if you don't help me, nothing changes and Ghulam stays in power for another 18 years.
All right, so we got all that done.
It's me.
Go through, trying to clean this up a little bit.
I can turn Ghulam.
What have you got?
Personnel file for the 25th Battalion of the Afghan National Army. It's the safest unit in the entire AA. No casualties, no rotations out, no desertions, nothing.
It doesn't fight.
It doesn't exist. It's a ghost created by General Abdul Ghulam.
Have you got proof?
I'm looking at it. I'm on an army base, but with $30 million of American money. It's supposed to house 2,000 Afghan troops with an annual payroll of $14 million.
There's
There's no base. There are no troops. It's a scam, a paper army. Anyone asks questions, they get killed or scared into silence.
Okay.
We've been this motherfucker for 18 years. What is wrong with us?
Get back in line.
Oh, yeah.
And do it.
Right. How's it going in Doha?
There's some developments. Maybe seeing comes.
Looks good. Get this little black part here. Right near his bicep. And I'm going to have to wait because I got to put some red here. So I got to make sure I do not do that just yet. Okay, so his chest plate. His chest plate goes across. And there's a little piece here. A little piece there. So this guy. Good there.
If you take the bird feeder down, the squirrels won't eat the seeds anymore. Somebody's going to get who's like the neighbors are complaining.
All right, I think we're in good shape. So deck is ready to rock for color. So he's got an undertone of pink. It's got like this pinkish red skin, so I think this should work. I'm going to shadow it with this mauve-y looking color.
You outflanked me above. I was told you were sent back to Washington. But
No, that's the wrong one. This one.
One of the 5 Taliban prisoners he had released from Guantanamo is Hassan Haqqani's cousin. The other 4 are under house arrest. Cousins vanished.
Okay.
So Garrison is using this fellow as an envoy to get to Haqqani.
That's the theory. Haqqani is tired of the fight above. Direct talks with Berenson could lead to a breakthrough.
Any breakthrough must be controlled by us and not the United States.
Or prevented from happening in the first place. Question is, how far am I loved?
Okay, so
Americans despise our despise our prophet. They despise us for the very attempt that we are trying to put this country on a self-reliant, independent path. Go as far as you must.
Photos of the so-called base at Mali, not a single structure. Movement order for the 25th Battalion to the base.
okay.
Its strength January this year. Initial review. Monthly wage statements from January and February countersigned by you. Ammunition and fuel requests for March and April.
I said okay.
We haven't calculated exactly how much you've stolen from your own army, but it's at least 100 million. So what?
Everyone in government has their nose in the turf. You think they will put me in prison? They are terrified I expose their secrets.
Not this time.
Really?
You went against government policy when you capsized the peace process. You humiliated the president and the parliament. So when they hear you've also been creating fake army units, you're right. They won't put you in prison. They'll put you up against a wall. So here's the deal. The United States will give you 2 hours.
To do what?
Walk back your statement about the prisoner exchange. You will say you misspoke, that you fully support the peace process, and you will do it publicly. Do that. And these will be kept between us.
This piece of yours. Do you really think the Taliban will keep any agreement? They wait till you throw down your forces while they gather theirs in the villages and in the mountains, and then it will be Saigon all over again. Your embassy under siege, helicopters taking off from the roof, every fool who ever walked through you massacred the street. Then, who will you come running to? Me, just as you did in 2001, because no one else has the balls to fight.
2 hours. A public statement. I can get this myself. Here.
Is it a fight?
Not exactly. I'm not sure. But in the last 4 hours, a lot of phone calls in Pakistan, all ISI members. I can't work out what they're saying. Everything's encrypted. But it's where they are that worries me. It started in Rawalpindi. Now it's converging on where you are. Peshawar. Give me the phone.
What's that about? Pakistani intelligence may know we're here.
We get caught here. So far from the border in a legal military operation. We're fucked.
Where's that?
Then we better have a look around.
Okay.
منو हम दाऊद से काबुल ना चलो खबर वर्कर
یک مهلت برای خبر نگاه برادری شرکت آقا از غذای افغانستان پشتیبانی کرد و اصلاح و از طالبان با هم در حال بودند. یک روز دیگر کراچیمل پروگرام
سوسم فکر کابل که دایا ایران جایی یاقا زیجه جو
Now we can see everything's clear.
Lucas says we had a couple of pilots. Jesus. You need to stay inside.
Hey Scott, how you doing today? Just working on a good old deck.
Not the target.
Roger that. Convoy's about to turn onto the street. Need you back inside.
Hey Nat, how you doing? Really making stuff pop out once I pop in like a darker color in the background.
If she is, they just played Milan's press conference again. Looked almost sincere.
Man knows how to lie. You gotta give him that.
My round. What can I get you?
Soda water would be fine. Yeah, not as fun as I thought. Thanks for saving my ass, Smear. It didn't need saving. Yeah. What you did.
Hey, what'd she say?
It's need to know.
Hopefully it's goodbye.
No such luck.
Seriously, when are you getting the fuck out of my hair?
Don't know. Depends on Saul. Hey, what do you pee around here anyway? Back?
Easy.
Get the fuck away from me.
I thought you were gonna pay.
For what?
Handing you sent me around the ring.
That was you?
What did you think it was?
Why?
Love, baby. Why are you looking at me?
Pink on top.
As president, you're leverage more. What the hell they tell you?
Did you take the polygraph? Well, we don't want to stop.
Sure.
That's it. Saying enough.
Afghani's tired of the fight above. Direct talks with Berenson could lead to a breakthrough.
Any breakthrough must be controlled by us and not the United States.
Or prevented from happening in the first place.
That's too much. They never run out. So some fikir kabul chidaya target. Yeah. Pakistani intelligence went over here.
Making good progress on this piece.
What? Amber, you said you're authority. That was you. Don't. Why are you looking like that? Stay. Please don't leave me. Stay. Don't go. No, 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 please, no, no. You can't leave me here. You can't leave me here. Don't go.
Oh, it's one color.
Just catching up with this mess. We'll find out when the president finishes talking. 6 hours. Just in Columbus, right? I wish you played Michigan. Game. Aren't you letting me have this one since we graduated? Not gone to Princeton. But we know it happened in time. Thank you all for getting here on such short notice. It's a late hour. General Ryan has been in contact with the Taliban delegation in Doha, and they've confirmed that Faisal Barris is their prisoner. Despite our intel indicating the ISI, Haqqani is convinced we were behind the attempt on his life, and he's threatening to kill Saul at the first sign of a rescue. Well, I realize I was out of town when all this was decided, but what in the hell was the National Security Advisor thinking? He was trying to facilitate a breakthrough in the negotiations. How many red lights we gonna let this guy run? It's a keen holdover anyway. They say fire his ass. Well, I don't know, man. Shouldn't we try to get him back first? HQ wants to keep a low profile. Come in. Glad you're not leaving notes about me.
I'm not leaving. Not yet, anyway.
I'm fairly certain I signed a travel memo. You're due back in Germany this evening.
Alan, give us a minute, will you?
Sure.
Evgeny Gromov is here in Kabul. Aren't you all curious what he's up to?
Whatever it is, we can't touch him. Orders from on high. No contact, no officer access, not even at arm's length.
I'm aware. He contacted me. Last night at the club, he put himself in front of me, said he was the one who gave us the lead on Samir and Moore.
Any idea why he would do something like that?
It's hard to say for sure, but I think we're obligated to find out. You?
You realize we're going to need consent from headquarters to follow up.
Not necessarily. Not if we wait for him to reach out again.
Are you so sure he will?
He already has. Twice, in secret. Clearly, there's something on his mind. Since when is this even a debate? Russian intelligence is knocking on our door.
It's more complicated than that. You know?
Yeah, it's complicated. I lost 7 months of my life. You look me in the eye and tell me I don't get a shot.
I guess I could fail to report the contact last night. Call the next one if it happens, a chance encounter.
Good plan. Let's get hang of this job.
What do you know? He's not dead.
It's supposed to be done at 2. It's 2:09, but I'm going to wrap this up before I call it a day.
situation will be resolved at the sugar.
What makes you so sure?
They remember what your father forgot. That without me there is no Taliban.
Mother told me that what was home.
Stop learning.
C'est pas plan. Le signe calme. Ah, mais regarde aujourd'hui.
Moum da se soch ko mabe. Rayo de partition. De खुदा शुक्र हो वासा.
Là, raconte là.
All right, so he's almost done.
Thank God you're alive. The danger isn't over. You must come at once. Where are you now? Our cousins, north of Peshawar. Be there as soon as I can. Zafir. He wants you by his side.
Then you must go to him.
What if he thinks it was me?
You have to convince him otherwise.
You'll figure it out.
Not if you keep your wits about you. You and I are the only ones who know.
About this meeting. Right now. You find out about that for sure.
Tell him the truth. Tell him I came to talk to you about consolidating your power the week of his death. And come, Chirag. Until then, you need to be your father's son.
Change keywords. National Security Advisor. Hostage. Ransom. Search. Joe, he's gonna put 5 minutes and you just need a hardcore hit. Sorry, man. I'm not your fucking Buddha! Don't say that. You're gonna jinx it. Oh, yeah? I just got my balls taken prisoner. How fucking lucky is that?
I'm Karen Madison. I was told something was dropped off for me.
Of course. Stop that. Doesn't. Draga Sarai Peugeot. Son verensin ya casus da. دقت. تعرف الصول بالإنسان بيزيد في الجنة. يا كبر الإنسان نعمة. يسوع يسوع بالبلد الجيل الأولى السوري جوليان والعناوين. لا الزنو. وقف المخالفات استقبلانية سجنانية. لا هذاك. أقامون الدو.
Contact was made the same way as before. Kid on the bike passes a message to one of the contractors guarding the perimeter.
Just an address.
At a time, 0630 in the morning.
5200 as Montague Road. Same details. Just across the street from the Ministry of Finance.
He can write us a match, but there's no reason to believe this is anybody but him.
It's an odd choice for a rendezvous, though.
Not if you're considering coming over to our side.
Is that what you think? That Yevgeny Gromov is recruitable?
I'm beginning to. Honestly, I was listening to help with more now this.
It's common, Carrie. You're going to hang back regardless. What do you think? 3 teams on foot? Plus a rotation of vehicles.
You might as well put me back on the plane to Germany then.
Carrie, you know I can't let you run alone on this one.
He'll be watching. He'll make our people in 2 seconds. And if he's the least bit skittish, the chance will be lost. Hey, it's your station, Mike. It's your call. You know what I'm doing. If we think she was compromised in Russia,
Why would we give her the gun to the Russian?
I think I just answered my own question. To get her to incriminate herself, right?
Right. Which is how come I was pushing so hard for backup. We need eyes and ears on her the whole time. What about a bug?
What about
Any chance you can slip one into her purse?
Carrie's purse?
Yeah.
Highly unlikely.
Not buying the friendship routine, huh?
No, she is. We're just not braiding each other's hair yet.
Parabolic it is, then. Tell her one time in a band, part for another 50.
Almost done.
Hello?
Tasneem,
Who's this?
it's Jalal.
All right. Our deck is done. We have our first deck ever done. Like it. I think I'm going to put a little bit of white around him to make him pop out a little bit more, but this one's ready to ship.
That obvious. You're never in your room. Right next door, walls like paper. So, what happens tomorrow? Your guess is as good as mine. Let's say Yevgeny asks you to pay. What's the procedure? That he won't. Why not? I thought I said he was a candidate for recruitment, not defective.
Okay.
I feel a guy like Yevgeny wants his
Ready to go.
condo in Scottsdale.
I think getting a good picture of him from this side might be good. Yep. Bam. All right. All right, guys. I am done for the day. I will be back on Tuesday morning. Should be back on 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. And actually, no, I'm going to be on at 7 o'clock Eastern Time on Tuesday. That should be on for probably about 2 to 3 hours. And we'll be starting with a new set of cards. Like I said, this deck is already, he's gone. He's going to be shipped out. And we were able to finish the Casey Marie card. So those two will go out today. And then the thing I know I'm going to work on tonight, and that'll go out tomorrow. So until next week, guys, take care. I hope you have a very blessed weekend. I hope you have a very good weekend, very safe weekend. And I will see you next week. Take care.